Faith Evans is in town. I found out. She wants to get down with me, and I know you got something special for her. I'm going to give her your number, and she going to come over. He said, you got something to play? In an hour. I said, I only have he said, she's going to come over in an hour. I did You Just Know Love in like 10 minutes. So Battle Cat made that happen. He hooked that up. A lot of people thought he had did it too. And I hold him responsible. It's a type of situation with me and him, as we've been friends for a long time, that we even carry what we call playlists. We carry each other's playlists. I remember meeting Raphael Sadiq and going over there, and Raphael stopped me on the street. Come over, man, you too secluded, because I'm kind of like a loner. My reputation is kind of like quiet and laid back. He says, man, forget that. You need to come over and collaborate. I went over there and played some stuff, and I didn't bring the right playlist. Battle Cat happened to be there, and he says, man, why are you playing that shit? Let me go to my car. I got a CD that you gave me a month ago. It got 20 tracks on it. I said, what are you talking about? He came in there and played. Raphael went crazy and like, oh my God. I said, man, I didn't know that you had my back like that. He said, yeah, man. He says, that's how we help each other. So, from that down to my life, when that call, I was prepared. I thought about Love Like This before, and I thought about I Remember. I said, how do I do something in between those two and still have my signature? And that's how I came up with You Just Know Love.
Oh, it definitely got your signature. I mean, that's without doubt. I mean, being the huge fan that I was, when I read your name on the production credits, I was like, wow, God, they've got to be back. That's the return. And then, I mean, over the last 7 years, you've been relatively quiet, like you've just explained. But there were rumours that Portait had signed to Pookie, and fans began to anticipate a new studio album. And obviously you were working with Sadiq at the time, like you said. So, what happened there? Was that true?
Well, I mean, I respect Raphael, and I know Raphael is respected in London, and I don't work over there anymore. We were going to do something with him. But, there's this Khalees record, and I did number 5. I did number 5 on Khalees' new record right now. I did. Listen to me. Angelo Saulsberry did number 5 when I was over there, and I don't mind this being printed. And I want this to be printed in a way of, I respect Raphael Sadiq so much. I've seen this dude write things from scratch, and I love his work. And for some reason, it has his name on that record. And I was in the studio, and I did it right in front of Khalees. And she seen me do it, and I remember him coming in the room saying, I can't think of anything right now. Mike, can you come in the room? She wants some different stuff. And I remember having equipment all done in his studio, and I did the whole fucking track, excuse my language. And, I remember creating everything, and then when the record comes out, it says he did it, and I'm very disappointed. And he had a B team there, guys that he worked with, and it sounds like they tried to disguise a few little things. They might have added a bell or something. I really don't appreciate that as much as respect that I have for Raphael Sadiq. That really didn't have to go down. And as a result, I don't work over there anymore. We're handling that matter right now.
Yeah, because which one's that? Is that Circus or is that the other one?
Huh?
What was the name of that track? Is that the Khalees Circus one or is that the other one?
No, it's not Circus. Is it Provide Proof?
Oh, yes. Living Proof.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And it's so obvious when people were calling me saying, Michael, man, listen to this Khalees record. I was like, what you talking about? He said, man, it's your shit. People who know your work, they know. And I had 5 people call me, and I listened and went and read the credit, and my name is not on there. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Okay. So
I'm upset now as a Michelangelo fan that I didn't pick that myself, because the 3 tracks you do on on the As Ray Ray album, which I probably won't be able to name now, but the Chick Like Me, That Girl.
I did Chick Like You. I did Chick Like You.
That Girl.
Detroit
Girl, yeah.
Girl. And this one.
This one, that's it. I mean, they are fantastic tracks, and they've just got your signature all over it. And you know, when we heard those, we thought, you know, this is it. Angelo Saulsberry's back, Portrait are back, and then in 2005, that a UK label over here called Soul Japan released Share My Love, which I think is a very underrated project. And obviously you had Ruben Cruz from Po Broken Lonely as your lead singer now. I mean, when was all that material recorded? Was that...
Well, that thing, what happened was Ruben was a friend of ours, and this was supposed to be a project. It wasn't supposed to be like a portrait album, and we didn't go through all that. What happened was, this guy got in contact with me. He was like, man, do you have anything that y'all just even never released, or things that y'all just work on to put out? We'll send you guys some money. And at the time, I knew how, you know, once Europe embraces you, you know, they love you forever, and all those little, you know, the Asian territories. So I said, well, you know what? We haven't got anything that we all recorded, but we've been doing little projects. The thing with Ruben, it was going to be called, the group was going to be called, what was it? We had a name for it, I can't even remember. We had a name, so it was going to be a project. It wasn't supposed to be portraits. So Ruben had did some stuff with us. At the time, Ruben was just, he was the first R&B dude signed to Aftermath. They had signed him, and for some reason, I guess the way Ruben explained it, he was just, you know, Dre's, it was very hard on R&B, so everything he was turning in wasn't correct. You know, Dre has a success rate that's crazy, so he just wasn't satisfied with what he was turning in. So Ruben was just kind of there hanging, and then when he got off his contract, I said, put together and just, you know, just do some songs. So this guy who calls me, I told him, we got some songs on the project that we did, and I can sing you those. So I sent those, and everything that you guys heard on that little Soul Japan album, it wasn't what we turned in. I can tell you that right now. You know, it wasn't. This guy was like this historian, and he had his favorites, and he kind of put that out without us. You know, he did some kind of sneaky little stuff, and it kind of gave us. It wasn't a proper representation of what we were doing as a project. It was called Journeymen. That's what it was called, Journeymen.
Right.
So he kind of put that out on his own. We didn't. A lot of that stuff we didn't really know anything about.
Okay.
We wanted to come over to Europe, and we wanted to, whether it was underground or anything, come over to Europe or in London where you are, and do a record with a label. You know, that was our plan. We were going to move to you guys and do something. You know, that was our plan anyway, to come over there. And like I say, even me to this day right now, you know, I want to come over there and do a lot of work. I just, I got to do some more politicking a little bit or whatever, but, and come over there and do work. And so that was the plan anyway. So when this guy did this, he kind of put it out without our permission. And, you know, we ended up suing him. He had to pay us some money because he did what he did. Yeah, I probably didn't know that, but.
No.
Yeah, this guy just taking our stuff, and, you know, so it wasn't, that was a poor representation, man. It wasn't really what we were doing.
That's a disappointment. I mean, it was very underrated. Some of the stuff on there is pure class again.
Stuff, yeah. But I forgot you guys get everything. I don't know how you guys get this stuff.
I just don't stop, to be honest. You just eat, drink, sleep, music 24/7, and it's just. You just got to read as much as you can, and you can find out about these things. I mean, I ended up stumbling over a track called Mini Mini that you did that was part of this. Absolutely brilliant.